We are driving through Nadi to go to Viseisei Village. Nadi is the second largest city in Fiji and a major transportation hub due to Nadi International Airport. It is a bustling town with its own attractions and serves as a convenient hub for accessing other islands and activities. Viseisei Village, located 12 kilometers north of Nadi, is the oldest settlement in Fiji. It is believed that the foundation was laid by some of the first settlers more than 2,000 years ago.
Just because of our village protocol, we borrowed sarong just to cover your legs.
Okay.
The significance of this is that we are in a traditional Fijian village, and this is just a way of showing it. For us ladies, nothing. For the men, they are fine. I'll put it up, don't worry. I'm just gonna give you a quick explanation. What? So these were the kind of weapons that our ancestors used in the olden days, since there were no guns. This is the war club, and the ones they used were quite bigger than this, and this is just a replica of a real thing. So this is what we call a throwing club or a donga. They used to throw it over the enemies on the temple. Once they lay flat on the ground, then they use this. It's called a neck breaker or an axe. So this is used to twist the neck to finish them off, and a sharp point is to break the skull in two. And this is the most famous one. This is what they call a cannibal fork or brain picker. They used to pick the brains, the eyeballs, the flesh from the lower pit, but today we use them for barbecue and salad and for decorations on the walls. You don't have to worry about this anymore, right? So for any carvings, if you're planning to take some carvings back home, either inside the village or outside of the village, always check they should have a treated stamp or treated sticker. That means they've been declared, treated and fumigated, so it's safe to take them quickly. And this is just some little things that we do just to help us in daily basis. Each table, each families, we don't share, but we're not forcing you, we're not harassing you to buy from us. That's totally up to your decision. Here you actually get to support the local families in town and goes to the big business. You can take as many pictures and photos. Just be mindful of your steps. We have a lot of potholes around and a lot of landmines as well. Eh? I'm referring to dog poop. They're everywhere.
So this is a traditional
Yes.
Fiji village,
Fijian village.
not Nadi.
Not Nadi. Inside, I'll just briefly explain a few things to you about the village. Alright, so by the way, my name is Nada, so feel free to ask any questions along the way. So this is one of the oldest and one of the biggest village in Fiji. It's also known as the first landing village. So this is where our ancestors, they were believed to have first landed here about 3,000 years ago. And they were believed to travel a long way from Tanzania in Africa. Like there were massive migrations, the Melanesians, the Polynesians. Us Fijians, we are known to be Melanesians. We have dark skin with Afro hair. Us Fijians, we're very proud of our African. But there have been some parts of Fiji where there have been intermarriages with the Tongans. Tongans are Polynesians. You can see some of us have actual African, some of us don't because of the intermarriages between the two. I've been mistaken a lot for Indian descent because of my ethnic. The name of this village is called Viseisei Village, meaning dispersion or separation. So it is believed from here, then they disperse and separate to other parts of Fiji. That's how this village got its name from. But the name of this district has a whole, it's called Vuda. Vuda means the source. And within this district of Vuda, we have about 5 villages and only one chief, which is from this village. So yes, we have a chief, and he's currently at the age of 95. And he's not just any chief, he's also one of our paramount chief as well. So even though the other 4 villages have their own chief, the chief from this village is sort of like the chief of chiefs. Population-wise, we have people around 800 to 900 people. These are the exact numbers right now inside the village. I'm not counting those who are from this village, but prefer to live outside the village. We have 250 homes. So most of us, we still live in big extended families, in about 3 to 4 families under one roof. So in a typical Fijian village, it's like living together like one big family, and we are all interrelated to one another. In the olden setup, we were divided into tribes, tribes into clans, clans into sub-clans. For us, we are born into this tribe. Men, they are polite, but for us women, once we marry, we join with our husband's tribe. As long we don't marry within that same tribe, we marry outside of a tribe, outside of the village, marrying in within that same tribe, that's same as incest. Okay? So the names of these tribes are the chief tribes, like the top of the rank. We don't elect our chiefs. They have to be born into that certain family to be counted. We have our fishermen tribes. Back in the days, these are the people who used to got fish. They bring back their catch in the village. We have our carpenters or builders here. They specialize in building original traditional huts. An example of that hut, I'm going to show you one in the center of the village. Unfortunately, now if you look around, you hardly find these thatched houses anymore. This is because of the cyclones that we usually take. Now we have to go back to family. We have our warrior tribes. Back in the days, these are the people who used to go for war and also the ones who protect our village and our chief. Today, the only time we get to see the warrior tribes in action is when the chief passes away. That's when they you see them. They wear the traditional attire, they wear the face painting, they hold up these massive war clubs like the ones that I showed you at the entrance, and take turns in guarding the chief's hut. During the 3 or 4 days period of session, it can even go up to a week until the chief's been squatted down and been laid down to rest. We have a spokesman's tribe. Our chief doesn't speak directly to the people. He will always have the elders of the spokesman tribe who normally speak on the behalf of our chief. We have a kingmakers tribe. They're the ones who do the traditional ceremony of installing of the next chief, quite similar to what a coronation is. And lastly, we have a priesthood tribe. Before Christianity came and played an important role in our communities today, our ancestors, they used to serve different kinds of gods. They used to serve snake god, shark god, and in this priesthood tribe, they were responsible for human sacrifices. All these rituals, they were into herbalism, and they actually believe they can speak to the gods back for those days. But thank God today, everyone inside the village are all Christians. Fiji has a whole, most of the villages under Methodist church like this one, and some under Catholic church. Now everyone walk outside of the village since everything costs money these days. It's not every day that we take up our traditional belief. It's only on special occasion or traditional ceremonies in which we sit within our tribes and in ranks. There's policemen, nurse, doctor, fishermen. Once they enter the village, they know the role that they're born into. I'm speaking specifically only for us indigenous Fijians. Only indigenous Fijians will live in a village or set up like this. Others, they live in the outskirts of the village, in between villages, and they stand and see. Any questions?
Question is, when the today, we have to earn money,
Right.
and it's a Western style of, I guess, way of living.
Mhm.
In the old days, when the before the arrival of the Western civilization, there was, I guess, just basic trade,
Yes.
bartering.
System. Yeah. Yes. But they find that it was something slight, it doesn't weigh up. Yeah, the same.
Yes.
It doesn't weigh, yeah. Some will be unfair trade. So it's
Very good.
Thank
you.
And that's Methodist.
That is our Methodist church. Apart from the village itself, we are standing on our church compound, which means that that greenhouse belongs to our church minister. They serve in the village for 5 years with their families, but they're not from this village. They can come from any part of Fiji. And we also have our church deacon. They only serve in the village for 3 years.
Okay.
After they serve in the village, then they've been transferred out either in the villages in the outer islands. There are also villages in the interior, in the rural areas, or even villages in urban areas as well.
Okay.
Okay.
So they keep moving around until they retire. By the time they retire, they're all completed all throughout.
Yes.
Have you seen the drums? I forgot to show you the drums. You must have
Yeah.
seen them in the resort.
Yes.
Have they explained what that is?
No.
So drums are, our ancestors used those as their way of communication or to relay messages in the olden days. Today we use them for church service on a Sunday. So any normal church service we normally beat it 3 times. By the third bell, everyone expected to be inside the church. Knowing us Fijians, we're always on Fiji time. For weekdays at 7 o'clock, that means family time. So once they hear the lull has been beaten, we quickly make it to our own extended family home. We sit down, sing hymns, and we pray together as a whole family. But apart from that, we also use it to call village meetings. We use it on weddings, and also we use it on funerals. Only the chief's funeral, like we meet it every half an hour to show our mourning. The village has about 3 of these. There's one here in our church compound. There's another one in the center of the village. And there's another one right at the back of the village.
Okay.
Have you heard of breadfruit?
Yes.
So that is a breadfruit tree. Have you tasted them?
We've had at breadfruit at the resort.
Reserve,
Yes.
right. So you've tasted them, you haven't seen the tree.
No, not in the tree or what
Yeah.
the fruit is actually about.
Actually, I like breadfruit chips versus the regular potato chips.
You cannot eat them raw, yeah? You like a fruit. You have to boil them, deep fry them. They're good to make savory. So
Mm.
we take them in place of your potatoes and bread.
Mhm.
Easily cooked too like a potato.
So there's a fruit right here. Yeah, you can see them.
You can see them hanging there.
Yeah.
The one tree can feed the whole village.
One tree to the whole village?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty amazing.
Once it's too ripe, or if you don't pick it on time, it gets too ripe and too sweet. So we also make dessert out of it as well.
Mm.
Or we roast them with firewood. Young ladies, have we some fresh coconuts? Just in case if you haven't tried coconut, you want to try it. Send me some coconuts.
So this house belongs to.
This belongs to the chief.
So that's
Traditional hut. Watch out, there's a lot of duck poop.
Okay.
So this is our village green. This is a proper setup of a Fijian village. You find the chief's hut. So this is the original traditional huts that we used to have in the olden days. Only the chief's hut will be complete white shell cowrie shells. These are white cowrie shells from the sea. And these are made of very thick reeds. So every 10 years we replace them. Unless if it's been damaged during cyclone, then we immediately change. But our chief only uses this when he calls for village meetings, only for the elders of the tribes and clans, it's not for everybody. Or if he wants to rest or relax, time out from the wife, sort of like the chief's man cave. But a chief has his own home, which he shared with his wife. It's about so yes, this is also one of the village that has raised a few leaders of the nation. We had the late president of Fiji. He was also our chief at the same time. We had 2 prime ministers and 1 late attorney general were also from this. So that explains why we have big white flags here in the middle of the village. So from the other end to the other end, there's about 400 meters. And from the sea to the roadside is about.
Is the church open?
Yes. Can we look? The most important monument out there is this one. About the cross, yes. This one marks the beginning of Christianity and the end of cannibalism. I already mentioned our ancestors, they were cannibals back in the day. Go out war, not within the same village, outside of the village. Other provinces, they bring back the people they capture, they sacrifice them onto their altars or to their gods before they actually eat them. They used to believe the more human flesh they consume, the more powerful and stronger they become. But it wasn't because they were lack of food, it was more of gaining spiritual power. We believe when these 2 missionaries first set foot into a village in 1826, we believe they brought a much more stronger God with them. It was so powerful that our ancestors were able to surrender their war clubs and their cannibals. And hey, look at us today. We're no longer cannibals. We can actually hear the drums.
Yes.
So that indicates 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock, it's a reminder of our quiet time. So wherever they are, they have to just to remind them for their solemn. Different beatings have different meanings.
1 man and 1 wife, or it used to be?
Used to be many wives.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I understand is the chief normally has many wives. So when the chief passes away, all those wives will have to go along.
It's like cooking. It's like what they do in Hawaii.
Yes, umo. They call it umo.
Oh.
So back in the days, our ancestors they used to put human beings in there, but now it's just pork, beef, chicken, fish, you name it. And our younger generation, they're always reminded of the importance of this stuff, how the life was back then. And when the gospel came, or these 2 missionaries came, the changes that it has brought. The law.
Yeah.
Village bar law consists of not wearing hats, no wearing of hats once you enter the village. Women have to be dressed more modestly. Yours is fine, it's okay. We give an exception for you because I know the weather is not the same from back home, so you're not used to the heat. So we do give an exception. I'm talking about us indigenous features. When we enter a village, we know what to do. All the villages are the same with its village bars. You know, wearing hats. Women, you hardly see us wearing pants or men's clothes. So that means no round neck t-shirts. Women are not allowed to wear pants unless if they're in the comfort of their homes, in their own bedroom, they can wear pants. But outside, they're not to be seen wearing pants. Anything above the knees.
Okay.
Or short sleeve. No hair braidings. You cannot.
Oh, you cannot braid your hair?
No.
Okay.
Like for myself, once I enter the village, I have to leave my hair down. Otherwise, I'll be called in during village meetings and I'll be told off publicly.
Oh,
But back then, 30 years ago, they used to be flogged. But now it's more publicly told off. So these are differences between 30 years ago and today.
Yes.
So yes, we are not allowed to piggyback our children on our shoulders or on our backs. So we just either carry them with our arms. So yes, so these are some of the village values. Inside the village. Outside of the village, you can do whatever you want. Once you enter the village, you have to follow in this village.
Okay, so the people, when they go, obviously, so people have cars.
Some have, some
So
families
have
have.
cars, and
yes.
then they go out, say to Nadi, so they would have clothes for
To town, to go
for
to town,
and then they
that's a
come
good
back
question,
and
yes.
dress.
So if they're wearing shorts, like how teenagers, they normally do. They wear shorts inside. Once they got out or got onto the public buses or on their transport, then they can take off. So on the way, they always carry a sulu, a sarong, with their bag. So when they come about to take off, get off the bus in public, so they have to wear them before they come walking. So no one should see them wearing pants.
Okay, yes. It's interesting.
But they can wear them.
Yes.
But 30 years ago, it was, even if you were seen or caught from Nandi Town or Lautoka Town, you'll be called in during a village meeting and be flogged publicly. But now, you can do whatever you want.
Outside.
As long as you're outside of the village, you can do whatever.
That's good. I mean, in a way, because it teaches young people some discipline. Because young people like in the US or Europe, they're so loose now. They just
Do whatever they want.
they don't have respect for anything anymore. You know.
So yes, so this is our communal hall. We name our houses, we name our buildings. So it's called the Vakavunda. It means the rise of the source. And the wording below it, it says, Nawere Wakamomo Nivanua. It means it's the house of the man of the land. So to be honest, in a typical Fijian village, it's sort of like a man's book. Every decision making has to be done by the men. But it's not like it used to 30 years ago. Women have no to less say in anything concerning the village. Thank God today everything have changed, slowly changing for the better. Now women are allowed to be present, we're allowed to vote, and that's the only time we get to have our say during anything to do with the village. That's okay, right? We have our own. In a month, we can have 4 to 5 village meetings. Sometimes it's a combined meeting for both men and women, and sometimes it's a separate meeting. So yes, we still strongly uphold our traditions and customs. We have our own village council, we have our own village headman, and our village policemen. These people are elected in by the people in the village. Okay, so for communal work, our village headman looks after the communal work. So if you're inside the village, you're part of the village. If you're on your days off, adults, young adults, men, women, we pretty much come together. Like every Tuesday is like our communal work. We come together, take care of the cutting of the grass, the trimming of the trees, the bushes. We beautify our flower beds. We also take care of that church compound where we just came past. We also take care of that church compound, school compound right across the road where you got off, the seaside and the roadside. So thankfully for the money that you've given for the tours that you come with, that has contributed a lot for village developments, our village communal work, our church, and our school as well. So not covered really. Okay.
Okay.
Nakavakalev means thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. We've learned that at the result.
Good.
Yes.
So this was what we built in 1987. It used to be a wooden church. And it's used for more than 100 years. And beside where the chips is, we have the village elders. And up front here we have our Sunday school children. Opposite side we have our choir. We don't have musical instruments, just the singing or the voice or a cappella. Behind the choir we have the village elders' wives and the grandmas. Up front we have our church ministers, our church deacons, runners, invited guest speakers. On a Sunday everything closes, no business running. It's just church day and rest day. So 8 o'clock, 8 to 9, that's a Sunday school for the whole kids. We have our main service from 10 to 12, and we do an evening service from 4 to 6.
Okay.
Any questions so far?
No.
When was it built?
1987. Rebuild. It used to be a wooden church. For us, I believe that Jesus have rose again on the third day to be with the God the Father. So basically, we believe in God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. Whereas the Catholic, they more into Mary and into the saints. Any questions?
No, it's very good. Thank you for the tour. Yeah.
I think I'm holding you for too long.
Well, thank you so much. It was very
Hello.
So when are you leaving? You spend a week, 2 weeks here in Fiji?
1 week,
One week.
Thursday.
So you came directly, you came from Australia then to Fiji?
Yes.
Yes.
Before you fly back home?
Yes.
Hey, Bella. Bella. I have a quick black brown. Hola.
Hola.
Souvenirs, like at home. Sarong, stitch towel. I'm on Fiji time, no hurry, no worries. Wonderful.
All good?
Yeah.
Right.
Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you. Hello. Hello, Pula. Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking the time, visiting our village.
Yeah.
It was wonderful information. Thank you so much.
So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your holidays.
Very good. Thank you.
Travel. God bless. Good night. He's waiting.